السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Good morning guys. Welcome to our lesson today. We will study Unit 5 if it hadn't happened. Okay. Lesson 1, listen and discuss 26 and page 59. Look at the pictures and write as many words as you can think of for each. Read each paragraph and underline the words that name something in the picture. Looking back, inventions and discoveries that changed history. So our lesson is about inventions and discoveries. What are inventions and discoveries? Look at this picture. The earth orbits around the sun. This is invention or discovery. Of course, after scientists know that the earth orbit move around the sun, this is a discovery. Okay? But this picture, here we have a cell phone. This is an invention. Okay? So we can say that invention is something that is created, but discovery is something that is found or found out about. Okay, we found something which is existed but we don't know, and now we knew it or we know it. So this is the discovery. But invention, we create it, like mobile phones, like computers, laptops, okay, and so on. Any other invention. Now let's listen about these inventions, some inventions that changed history. Then we will answer some questions about listening. Listen and focus on listening.
Looking back, inventions and discoveries that changed history. We often wonder if things might or could have been different. Would the world be a better place? What are the advantages or disadvantages of different inventions? The wheel. If the Sumerians hadn't invented the wheel in 5000 BCE, they couldn't have moved heavy loads. 6,000 years later, the Mayans and Incans in the Americas used the round shape in their architecture, but they had no wheels. Airplanes. If the Wright brothers hadn't invented the first successful airplane, people might still be traveling long distances on ships, and there wouldn't be as much contact among people on different continents. The Wright brothers first flew in an engine-propelled plane in 1903. Oil. If people hadn't discovered a lot of sources of oil, cars that run on gasoline wouldn't have become so common. The first commercial oil well drilled in North America was in Oil Springs, Ontario, Canada in 1858. Computers. If we didn't have computers, a lot of work would still be done with paper and pencil, and people in their homes wouldn't be able to be in contact with the entire world. The first PC was introduced by IBM in 1981. Electricity. If electricity hadn't been discovered, people would probably still be using candles or gas lights. Thomas Edison developed the first incandescent electric light bulb in 1879. Penicillin. If Dr. Alexander Fleming hadn't discovered penicillin in 1928, millions of people would have died from infections. However, the widespread use of penicillin as an antibiotic did not begin until the 1940s during World War II.
Okay guys, now let's read the text first and identify some new words here. We will read the first invention, the wheel. Okay, Muhammad.
If the Sumerians hadn't invented the wheel in 5000 BCE, they couldn't have moved heavy loads. 6,000 years later, the Mayans and ancients in the Incans in the Americas used the round shape in the
architectures, yes,
but they had no wheels.
Okay, thank you, Muhammad. So here, Sumerians and here Mayans and Incans. These are people of ancient, okay? And Mayans here, the people of Mayans are the Native American people who lived in it thousands of years ago, okay? They used the round shape in their architecture. Architecture means their building and design. Is it clear? Okay. The second invention, airplanes. Yes, Ayman?
Okay. If the Wright brothers hadn't invented the first successful airplane, people might still be traveling a long distance on ships, and there wouldn't be as much contact among people on different continents. The Wright brothers first flew in an engine-propelled plane in 1903.
Okay, thank you, Ayman. The word engine propelled plane. Engine propelled plane. Engine, you know engine, like the engine of the car. Okay? Engine propelled, the engine that pushed or moved the plane. The Wright brothers are the first people to invent this engine and try to fly. Different continents. Continents means Africa continent, Australia continent. These are the continents. Okay. Next invention, oil. Yes, Yusuf?
Okay, oil. If people hadn't discovered a lot of sources of oil, cars that run on gasoline wouldn't have become so common. The first commercial oil well drilled in North America was in Oil Springs, Ontario, Canada in 1858.
Okay, thank you, Yusuf. Gasoline. Gasoline, you know gasoline. Gasoline is a liquid obtained from petroleum, okay, and used mainly for producing power in the engines of the cars and the trucks and so on. Okay. Here, well, the word well here, the first commercial oil well. Well here is a noun. A noun means a deep hole in the ground which they take the oil from. Okay, and the drill means make this hole. The next invention is computer. We will read it. Okay, Ahmed.
Computers. If we didn't have computers, a lot of work would still be done with paper and pencil, and people in their homes wouldn't be able to be in contact with the entire world. The first PC was introduced by IBM in 1981.
Okay, thank you, Ahmed. This is the name of the first company which invented and introduced the computers. Okay, able to in contact, to connect with the entire world. Entire world mean the whole world. And next invention is electricity. Okay, Anas.
Electricity. If electricity has been discovered, people would probably still be using candles or gas lights. Thomas Edison developed the first incandescent electric lights bulb in 1879.
Okay, thank you, Anas. Here, Thomas Edison, the first one to invent the bulb. You know bulb, which we use to light in the dark. Okay, and here the word incandescent. Incandescent means bright light. The first bright light or electricity bright light. Okay, the next invention is penicillin. Yes, Ayman?
Okay, penicillin. If Dr. Alexander Fleming hadn't discovered penicillin in 1928,
Yeah.
million of people would have died from infection.
Infection means diseases. Yes.
Okay. However, the widespread use of penicillin as an antibiotic did not begin until the 1914 during the World War II.
Okay, thank you, Ayman. So the penicillin is a discovery, not invention. Okay, so here use the word discovered from discovery. Okay, thank you guys. Now let's listen to these sentences. At one time or another, we all look back and wish we had done things differently. Okay, we regret. Okay, we look back and wish we had done things differently means that we regret doing something in our lives. The following are some typical situations. Mark the ones you have said or done. Discuss with a partner. Look at this boy here who is carrying something, saying, I wish I'd been a better student. So he regrets here. I should have listened to my mother and gone to college. I could have had an office job. Okay, so he regrets here because he wishes he had an office job. Listen to these sentences and try to mark the ones you have said or done. Listen.
1. If I'd studied harder, I would have passed that test. 2. I should have said what I thought about her hairstyle, but I didn't want to hurt her feelings. 3. I should have bought that thing last year. Now prices have gone up. 4. If I had been more careful, I would have avoided the accident. 5. I should have told the security guard that I saw someone breaking the lock. 6. If I'd known the trip was going to take so long, I would have taken another route. 7. Other afterthoughts?
Okay, have you marked any of these sentences? Okay, exercise A. Vocabulary match to form new words and expressions. Number 1. Okay, Abdulaziz.
Yes, sir. Oil, E.
E. Oil well. Yeah, very good. Thank you, Abdulaziz. Number 2. Okay, Abdurrahman.
Have A, C. Load.
Yeah, heavy load. Yeah, load means things, heavy things that people carry. And number 3 here, yes, Ayman.
Okay. Here is be style.
Yeah, hairstyle means the way that you cut your hair. And number 4 is Anas.
Electric bulb.
Bulb, yeah, electric bulb, which is the lamp. And last one, security. Yes, Riyadh.
Security guard.
Yeah, security guard. Thank you, guys. Exercise B. Comprehension. Answer true or false. Number 1. Number 1. Yes, Abdurrahman.
Somewhere could it have tart heavy loads without the wear? True.
True, yeah. Very good. Thank you, Abdurrahman. Number 2. Yes, Anas.
If weren't for filming, many people would have died from infection. True.
True, very good, thank you. Anas, number 3. Yes, Ayman.
Okay. If it hadn't been or candles, there wouldn't be any electricity. False. False.
Yeah, very good, thank you. Ayman. Okay, Suhai, number 4.
People would still be traveling on ships if it weren't for airplanes. True.
True, yes, thank you, Suhai. And the last one. Yes, Muhammad.
The man who is unloading the truck should have studied harder. True.
True, he should have studied hard. Okay, thank you, guys. Now, per word, ask and answer. Listen.
What is your biggest regret? I should have been a more serious student.
Okay, Abdulaziz and Abdurrahman. Okay, Abdulaziz, start.
What is your biggest regret? I should have been more
Serious student.
serious student.
Very good, thank you, Abdurrahman. Listen to the second one.
What would have happened if the Sumerians hadn't invented the wheel?
They wouldn't have been able to move heavy loads.
Okay, Anas. Anas and Ahmad Nasir. Yes, Anas, start.
What would have happened if the Sumerians hadn't invented the wheel?
Yes, Ahmad.
They wouldn't have been able to move heavy loads.
Thank you, Ahmad. Thank you, Anas. And the third one, listen.
What would you have done if you'd seen the thief?
I would have called the police immediately.
Okay, Riyadh and Ayman. Start, Ayman.
Okay. What would you have done if you had seen the thief? I would have called the police immediately.
Okay, thank you, Riyadh. Thank you, Ayman. To express regret here, we say I should have been. Here, they wouldn't have been. And here, I would have, and past participle. All these expressions used to express the regret. Something I had done in the past and I wish it hadn't been done. Thank you, guys. I hope you enjoyed the lesson and see you next lesson. Inshallah. Goodbye.